Hey, big head.
Now, for outsiders who either wasn't born yet or living in and around the Bay Area, tell people at home how hyphy the Bay was when people like Too Short, E40, the Jacka, Keek the Sneak, Yuck Mouth, Mistah FAB, that just kept dropping hits after hits. And then you had the sideshows and the Ghost Ride the Whip and the Scrapers and the turfing. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on. What was it like to be right in the heart of all these monumental Bay Area movements?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you're right in the heart of it. Like I already moved to Stockton at this time, so I had to go outside looking in. And it was hyphy over here, but I could only imagine how it was.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing hyphy like Oakland. Oakland was hyphy. But it was different then. Like the sideshows was different then. Like the functions was different then. Like it wasn't about like shooting people up, like shooting up cars, stealing. Like it wasn't into all that. It was just like slapping, like you said, slapping Ghost Ride the Whip or tell me when to go or whatever. And everybody's hanging out the window having a good time. Like, but that used to be super hyphy. Like I think that was probably the only time when I was really like, so I have a cousin. I forgot how old I was. What, in middle school? No, I had to have been like maybe in high school. And she always used to take me, my brother, and I think it was her boyfriend at the time. We always used to go all to the sideshows all the time. It used to be like 2:00 in the morning. And it would just be just scraping, like just doing crazy shit, doing crazy shit. But like, wasn't nothing hypey like Oakland. I don't think no other city had nothing on Oakland back then.
Right.
Especially when all those songs was coming out, all that.
Right.
Cupcake, no, like, oh my God, like wasn't nothing popping like that. Like, but now times is different, you know what I mean? Now people don't, it was more about like just hanging out, chilling, like having a good time with, but basically just a bunch of Oakland people that you don't know. Yeah. Now it's like everybody got beef. So it's like you don't even want to go. I would never in my life go to a sideshow at this age. Hell no. I would never dare.
So my question is, how did you know where the sideshows were happening? Was it like a forwarded text? People like, hey yo, come to this location. Like, hey,
we're gonna be up on 90th and McMarket. It just honestly, I don't know. It just kind of like where you just kind of knew where everybody was at. Well, at least my cousin knew where everybody was at. It was always down. It was either down MacArthur or it was down Bancroft. And it was already, it was never, of course, going towards San Leandro. It was always going towards the opposite way. And as soon as you see one car doing everybody, they come out of nowhere. Like, I don't know where they came from. It's like they just sense it. Like, a sideshow about to pop off. Yeah, and that's just how it happened. It was never like, hey, we about to meet up at this time. Well, at least not back then. You know, everybody, well, what did we have back then? Freaking flip phones and sidekicks? Like, what did we have? Like
sidekick and that BlackBerry, you know what I mean?
Oh my God. First of all, the BlackBerry's battery was the best battery I've ever had in any phone. But yeah, you never had a text really. You're just like, hey, you just used to follow the crowd. You see one car, you see a scraper doing his thing, you're like, okay, let me follow this car.
Right. And that's where the party begins, right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what's up. I like that. Also in 2004, the Thizz King himself, Mac Dre, passed away from like a gunshot wound to the neck. A show out in like Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah, you were about 14 at this time. How did this impact you in the city at the time? Because Mac Dre was, I mean, it's still to this day, they still play Mac Dre in parties. So at the time, how did it affect you in the city?
It didn't, honestly, it really didn't affect me personally because I didn't listen to Mac Dre. And I probably shouldn't say what I really.
The show is over. The show's over. Okay, the show's over. I can't.
I didn't listen to Mac Dre. He wasn't a good rapper to me, to be honest. He was definitely a rapper. Like if you were in a function or something like that, and his song come on, you'd be like, cool. But when I slapped Mac Dre in my headphones, no. You know what I mean? But like people in the city who listen to him, like yeah, probably it affected them more because it's like. You finally have someone who's putting Oakland on or is coming out with a hit that's making Oakland get recognition. You know what I mean? So, or people just really just vibe with him and they probably just affected them more than anything.
Can you give me your best Thizz Face?
My what?
Your best Thizz Face? Can I get your
All
best
right.
person? There you go. There we go. That's how we bring it back.
I'm the truth. Let my heart song for us. Never why. A story that can't justify.